very good evening and a warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Mishain Ali and let's have a look at the headlines first. Country's policy framework is committed to sustainable development growth. President tells the world. Tourist arrivals in October surpasses 22,000. News in detail. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa yesterday said Sri Lanka's policy framework was committed to sustainable development growth despite the heavy criticism and challenges faced due to resource constraints. The president made these remarks addressing a special conference organized by Sri Lanka on the sidelines of the United Nations Climate Change Conference, which is mostly known as COP26 in Glasgow, Scotland.
Sri Lanka's philosophical heritage, enriched by the teachings of Lord Buddha, has always encouraged us to balance ecological concerns with human needs. Humans must be in sync with nature rather than work against it. My government's policy frameworks emphasize sustainability. This is reflected in Sri Lanka's ambitious, updated, nationally determined contributions to the UNFCCC mechanism. These include increasing the contribution of renewable energy sources to 70% of national needs by 2030, achieving carbon neutrality by 2050. And ensuring no more new coal power projects. Sri Lanka is proud to be a co-lead of the Energy Compact for no new coal power.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa also said that Sri Lanka's progressive agenda on the environment were being implemented despite the resource constraints, especially following the COVID-19 pandemic. The president expressed hope that developed countries would extend their fullest support to such nations through development assistance, technology transfer skills, development, investment and financing support.
We also play a leadership role in mangrove restoration and conservation, including through the Commonwealth Blue Charter. Sri Lanka's progressive agenda on the environment is despite the resource constraints it faces as a developing nation. Sustaining such an agenda alongside development programs is challenging for all developing nations, especially following the pandemic. I therefore hope that developed countries will extend their fullest support to such nations through development assistance, technology transfers, skills development, investment, and financing support. There is also a significant role for businesses in this endeavor and significant returns to be made in investments into sustainability.
Environment Minister Mahinda Amravira also addressed the gathering, said that Sri Lanka had become the first country in the world to take the decision to convert conventional agricultural lands into 100% organic lands. He said this move aimed to create a green socio-economy with sustainable solutions for climate changes.
Centuries after discovering nitrogen, we are rediscovering nitrogen again. Excellencies, as you know, nitrogen is very versatile, but we have overlooked its pollution aspects. I am extremely proud that Sri Lanka initiated Colombo Declaration on Sustainable Nitrogen Management. Sri Lanka became the first country in the world to take the decision to convert conventional agricultural lands 100% organic. As a result of courageous decision taken by His Excellency the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, a presidential task force was established. It aims to create a green socio-economy with sustainable solutions for climate changes. I am honored to be its chair. While being truly grateful for your excellent and courageous leadership, let me assure you, Your Excellency the President, we are working tirelessly to make your vision a reality.
Stay tuned for more news right after this commercial break.
අන්තර්ජාලය ෆයිබර් සමගින් බලකැන්වෙන තැන ඉස්සර වගේ නෙවෙයි දැන් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රථම වේගවත්ම සහ පුළුල්ම ප්‍රීමියම් ෆයිබර් අන්තර්ජාලය SLT Mobitel Fiber දේශීය ෆයිබර් බලවේගය.
Welcome back after the break. Tourist arrivals have hit a post-COVID all-time high of 22,771 in October, propelling the cumulative figure to over 60,000. Arrivals last month reflect a sharp 68% increase from September, largely influenced by the ease travel restrictions, aggressive tourism promotion services by more airlines, successful vaccination program and growing consumer confidence. Arrivals in the first 10 months was 60,695, which is a major development since the reopening of borders on 21st January, but down by 96% from corresponding period of last year. In October, the largest source markets were India, the UK and Pakistan, followed by Russia and Germany, Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority provincial data showed. During January to October, India became the largest source of tourists to Sri Lanka with 18,466 in the first 10 months, followed by the UK with 4,383, Germany 3,900, Kazakhstan 3,207 and Ukraine 2,910. Following the lifting of the ban, the national carrier of Sri Lankan Airlines too resumed passenger flights to India and extended its innovative buy one get one free air ticket offer. Ahead of the winter season and a one-year break from physical engagement at global trade fairs, Sri Lanka Tourism took part in a series of promotional activities at top travel events in France and the UK. The first of the promotional campaigns was the International French Travel Mart Top Raiser in Paris last month, followed by World Travel Mart in London, which kicked off yesterday. As per Sri Lanka Tourism, fully vaccinated tourists can now stay at any type of accommodation without an on-arrival PCR test, and they can enjoy a flexible bio-bubble with all facilities of the hotels made available while being allowed to visit approved tourist sites. They are also exempted from obtaining the mandatory COVID-19 local insurance cover, subject to comprehensive travel insurance that will cover health and other expenses related to COVID. Samika Jana Balawege parliamentarian Patli Champika Ranavaka says that as the technology has invaded the whole world, most of the politicians who are still in politics should make the opportunities available for the next generation. Parliamentarian Champika Ranavaka made these observations addressing gathering in Colombo yesterday.
අද අපට පේනවා ඉතා සීග්‍රයෙන් වෙනස් වෙන තාක්ෂණික ලෝකයේත් එක්ක බොහෝ අවස්ථාවල මේ වැඩිහිටි අපිව සමාජ දේශපාලන ක්‍රියාවලියෙන් පසුපසට විසිවෙන තත්ත්වයක් අපට පේන්න තියෙනවා අද ලෝකේ. ඔය ඇමරිකා එක්සත් ජනපදයේ තියෙනවා පරම්පරා නම් කරන ක්‍රියාවලියක්. ඒ පරම්පරා නම් කරන ක්‍රියාවලියට අනුව මම අයත් වෙන්නේ X නැමැති පරම්පරාවට, X ජෙනරේෂන් එකට. හරින් ෆර්නැන්ඩෝ මැතිතුමා අයිති වෙන්නේ Y ජෙනරේෂන් එකට. දැන් මේ 1995න් පස්සේ ඉපදිච්ච මේ නව තාක්ෂණයෙන් විශේෂයෙන්ම බලාත්මක වෙච්ච තරුණ පරපුර අයිති වෙන්නේ Z ජෙනරේෂන් එකට. 2024න් පස්සේ මේ රටේ බලගතුම කණ්ඩායම බවට පත් වෙන්නේ ඇල්ෆා ජෙනරේෂන් එක. ඉතින් අපි දැනගන්න ඕනේ පරණ පරම්පරාවලට අයිති අය හැටියට අලුත් පරම්පරාවල අලුත් තාක්ෂණයට ඉඩ දීලා දේශපාලනයෙන් ඉවත් වෙන්න. ඒක මම හිතනවා ඉතාමත්ම වැදගත් නිර්භීත විප්ලවකාරී පියවරක්.
Sri Lanka stock slipped in the last hour of trade yesterday to close 0.3% down on profit, taking after gaining almost 2 weeks while foreign investors bought the island nation's risky assets. Foreign investors on Monday bought a net of 47 million rupees worth of shares, despite the fact that the market has suffered a net foreign outflow of over 45.4 billion rupees so far this year. Moody's Investors Service downgraded Sri Lanka's sovereign rating to CAA2 from CAA1, taking the country's credit deeper into speculative grade as foreign reserves continue to fall amid money printing and crippled forex markets. After Moody's downgrade, brokers said foreigners are concerned over the country's risk of possible sovereign default is going up, but local investors are concerned only about the earnings. The Colombo benchmark all-share price index closed 0.30% or 30.81 points lower at 10,132.12. The S&P SL20 index of more liquid stocks gained 0.66% or 24.29 points to close at 3,711.85. The day's turnover was 3.7 billion rupees, slightly below this year's average daily turnover of over 4 billion rupees. ASPI's fall was led by Expo Lanka Holdings, Brown's Investment and John Keel's Holdings. Market heavyweight Expo Lanka Holdings, which last week reported 12 billion rupees in profits in the September quarter, up 166% from a year earlier amid a global recovery in trade, its strength in traffic to North America. However, Expo Lanka closed 2.54% down yesterday at 210.75 rupees a share. It accounted for almost 60% of ASPI's fall. Brown's Investment, subsidiary of LOLC Holdings, fell 2.70% to close at 10.80 rupees a share. The diversified John Keel's Holdings fell 1.17% to close at 147.25 rupees a share. The bourse saw 51 stocks gaining against 143 falling on Monday. Stay tuned for stock updates.
අන්තර්ජාලය ෆයිබර් සමගින් බලකැන්වෙන තැන ඉස්සර වගේ නෙවෙයි දැන් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රථම වේගවත්ම සහ පුළුල්ම ප්‍රීමියම් ෆයිබර් අන්තර්ජාලය SLT Mobitel Fiber දේශීය ෆයිබර් බලවේගය.
Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 139.59 points to close at 10,271.71, and the S&P SL20 gained 6.08 points to close at 3,684.43. The turnover was 4.4 billion rupees and over 117 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. And that's all news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at the usual time. Until then, take care and good night.